off camera and there's an on camera. It requires some kind of balance.
Emotions are emotions, and you have to feel the emotions. It's okay to be vulnerable, it's okay to be emotional. The problem I see when the emotion is dragged for months. Most of them come from a different city and they have big dreams. To achieve those dreams, you need to have the action which correlate to your what you want to achieve. But where is the living? An actor has to live. Human being has to live. But we are mostly trying to protect ourselves.
There's also a balance between how you feel and how that translates into your physical wellness.
Fitness has to be a part of your life. You know, working out shouldn't be a chore. It should be something that you're looking forward to. And you can only do that when your workouts nourish your body.
Avoid sugar as far as possible. Skincare is holistic. When we say skincare and beauty, we say mind, body, soul, and gut. It's all together. It's a synergy.
The Gen Zs think that they know everything better than everyone else.
The Gen Z or the younger ones, and most of my experience is from social media, so I might be wrong. But I sometimes feel like there is a lot of chasing perfection a little too much. Allow yourself to be imperfect. Allow other people also to be imperfect. If I can make myself talk to myself like this, like when I am stuck in a moment, I talk, "Get it, jana yaar, be nice way." And that for me has also defined self-love.
So I will try to bring that aspect of the character so that everyone feels that's me. There's something about me.
The great poet Sri Harivansh Rai Bachchan ji said that man ka ho to acha, na ho to aur bhi acha.
Welcome everybody to Realign.
Thank you.
And we're going to be talking a lot about balance and wellness, mind, body and soul. And I'll go down different questions for all of you guys, and we'll learn something. We'll have something to take away. So I'll begin with you. As an actor, right, you play so many different roles and characters, and then you very quickly pivot to real life when you're off camera. So there's an off camera and there's an on camera. It requires some kind of balance. I've also spoken to multiple actors who say, you know, this particular character takes a toll on my well-being or on the way I feel. How has it been like for you, and how do you maintain that balance?
Yeah, it's a question that I think we also keep trying to find an answer for. But over time, in my experience, I think this idea of stepping into a character and stepping out has become easier. And by easier, I mean that I think all actors have different processes. Saurabh sir will know much more than me. But I like to say that I'm a mood actor, right? That I can get into a mood of a certain character. And then sometimes it takes you a while to get out of that mood, right? So if you're angry in the scene, or if you're angry in like 4 scenes in a day, you're just constantly angry, and your body is feeling that emotion and is probably taking the toll of that emotion. And then to step out of that takes you a little bit of time. So which is why people get affected by a certain character, because they're in a certain zone or a mood for 12 hours in a day. Right. So I think over time, that flexibility has become better for me. It is also, you find, I think, an emotional way to switch on and off. I don't know how to describe that.
Yeah.
That is a switch that I think that your muscle gets stronger. And then you know that I can now step out of the mood. You find some rituals, I guess, to define the end of the shoot and stepping into your hotel room or wherever and becoming the person you are. And for that, I think you need some grounding. You need to know where you are. You need to have your rituals. For me, one very little trick, sounds like a little trick, but has worked wonders for me, is taking care of my diet. And by that, I don't mean that, I'm not eating these calories or these very number of calories. It's just that if I eat at the same time every day in the same amount, it keeps my body and mind in a sense of stability.
Yeah.
Right. So then anyway, life is throwing emotions at you, throwing situations at you, and things are going to go up and down. But if I look at, I started telling myself that we are plants with feelings. Right? So when you want to take care of a plant, you just know how much to feed what at what time in what interval. And therefore we know there is a science to our body. And if we follow that science, if I feed it the right things at the right time, in the right amount, regularly, my body is more or less stable, right? So my moods are stable, and it makes me emotionally more strong and therefore gives me the strength and the ability to push even further in the scenes, in the fictional scenes, because then I know that my body is not going to get affected too much by the emotion that I am trying to generate. I think these are very they sound like very fancy words. Basically, when younger actors ask me or somebody else asks me, I said, "Yeah, but same time, सही time पे सही चीज खाता हूँ मैं, मेरी आधी चीजें life में sort हो जाती है."
Okay, very
And that gives
interesting.
me a lot of balance.
Yeah. How about you? You deal with a very glamorous side, fitness and being fit. Everybody's now having gym looks and people are getting papped in gym looks. But the work that's put into it is very real. And there's also a balance between how you feel and how that translates into your physical wellness or
For sure.
how you manifest that. So what is it like for you?
So I think for me, like how he said, you have to have a certain time or he has a certain time to eat. For me, fitness has to be a part of your life. Working out shouldn't be a chore. It should be something that you're looking forward to, you want to do. And you can only do that when your workouts nourish your body. So yes, it's great to go to the gym and challenge yourself and push your limits. But you should also have a part that's like kind of soothing the body, it's feeding the body, it's working on your joints, your muscles, making you stronger, not just making you look great. And of course, everyone wants to look great, but
Yeah.
with that also comes taking care of your body from within. Making sure that your knees are okay, your form is good, you're not picking up weights that is messing up with the way you're doing an exercise. The execution of an exercise needs to be correct. And in a whole sense, I think that's where Pilates comes in. And Pilates is that kind of workout that kind of nourishes your body. It makes you feel good from inside out. When you I have clients who come angry, they come tired, they've had a fight with their spouse or their parent or, just a friend. And after a session of working out, they go back feeling good.
Yeah.
You're feeling better. Like for me, personally, my husband knows that if I don't work out, we're going to have a fight in the night.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It's like I need to have that. It's like, food for my soul, for my
Yeah.
body. And for me, that's what exercise is. And if an exercise makes you feel calmer and more centered, then you're doing the right form of exercise.
Yeah.
Maybe
That makes
not
sense.
every day,
Yeah.
but at least 2-3 times a week, and you feel stronger. It's not just about how many push-ups you can do, but it's doing your functional movements, with strength. It's not being tired. It's waking up fresh.
Yeah.
And if your life is in balance with your food and your physical activity, that's what you'll get.
Yeah, yeah. I think that makes a lot of sense because everybody pushes for let me do it every day, and then you don't do it, and then you feel that slump, that I'm not keeping up. So,
But
yeah,
again, if you enjoy it, then even 10 minutes a day is good.
is good. Yeah,
It's all about finding that form of exercise that you enjoy doing, because then that will be your lifestyle.
yeah, absolutely. Saurabh, so how about you? You're of course an actor, but you also coach, and to coach is so difficult, especially when say some of your students are disappointed if they didn't get a role, or if
They
they
didn't get a
a
role.
role, yeah, or if they're just disappointed, right? Because it's tough. How do you deal with those emotions?
I say, go out, do whatever you want. मेरे सिर क्यों मैंने पढ़ा दिया? Yeah, it's yes, definitely. It's very important, especially in this city when people are running here and there, and these people, most of them come from a different city, and they have big dreams, but to achieve those dreams, you need to have the action which correlate to what you want to achieve, right? And that becomes a lot of difficulty for them. And so if I say health, I just recommend them keep doing something like watching films, reading books, reaching out to people who can really work on your body. I recommend highly because body work is very, very powerful to keep you calmer and keep you insane. Otherwise, you lose it. बहुत मुश्किल हो जाता है इस सिटी में to every day survive. Then we are not living. We are in the survival mode. That's all, right? We are in the protection mode, protecting ourselves. But where is the living? Where is the living? An actor has to live. A human being has to live. But we are mostly trying to protect ourselves. We're in the protecting. Like, I should say this, I should do this, I should not be going there. That person will say, when are you going to live? So that becomes a challenge. So I keep telling them, keep doing different workshops, keep reaching out to people who can really work on your. Though I don't work on their well-being. Honestly, I work on craft, which itself is therapeutic. But I'm not a therapist, or it's a therapeutic work. Which because when good work happens, it's my coaches. Wherever I've gone around the world, I've always felt better than what I am, what I was. So yeah, I think in my head, I keep them in the loop, in the working loop, where they keep living, not just sitting home and thinking about, oh, something is going to happen, or if I go out, you have to take risk, you have to go out, and I keep working. A lot of work also is not just learning your craft, it's also how to present yourself, how to reach out, what to say, how to meet people. Very important part of to how to sell yourself, how to be in the market, which is very difficult, right? And most of people don't know that.
Yeah.
Most people don't know that. And मेरे को भी बहुत late समझ आया वो. Actually, I was with Mr. Barry for almost 16 years teaching, and I never knew how to sell myself, how to reach out. I was very scared. I was very naive and scared of. मुझे लगता था मैं ऐसी बातें नहीं कर सकता था, मैं ऐसे बैठ नहीं सकता हूँ, इतना मेरे को डर लगता था. But now I've learned that. I've worked hard on it, how to communicate, how to reach out to people, and then I that's a different kind of learning. Craft is a different kind of learning. Art is something else, and then reaching out and meeting people is other game. And I'm not sure that I'm good in that. I can teach that, but somehow I try to protect them. If they want to come to me and talk to me about any problem, I'm really, really listening to them. That's all I can do. And I keep telling them that reach out to your family. Always reach out to your family. Call your mother, your father, and tell them this is what I'm doing. मैं कई बार उनको वीडियो कॉल्स भी करवाता हूँ कि यहाँ पे क्लास हो रही है. पेरेंट्स के साथ बात कर लो.
क्यों?
Right? Because उन्होंने अपने पेरेंट्स को बोला है कि we're going for this acting course, or we want to be an actor, but they don't understand what is acting course. They don't understand. They think उसमें सिर्फ नाचना गाना होगा, मुंह बनाना होगा. But what they're doing and where they are, and the problem is कि there is no alignment there, right? Parents are always scared, and if there is an alignment with the parents, it becomes another game. I aligned with my parents after 14 years. They knew that what. मेरी मदर को तो कोविड में पता लगा था कि मैं पढ़ाता क्या हूँ.
Really?
Yeah. उससे पहले उनको लगता था कि कुछ पढ़ाता है, एक्टिंग करवाता है.
If I may add, what happens, I think, especially with actors in this industry, is that our parents have notions that are very far away from reality. And they form very scary ideas about, मेरा बच्चा कहाँ है, किन लोगों के साथ उठता बैठता है, क्या करते हैं, And this,
True.
I have only realized exactly this thing recently. My parents have moved to Bombay now, 4 years ago. And the fact that they know who I hang out with, that they know what my life is like, what it means to shoot, to come back to shoot, who are these people, how do they talk, कोई आता है नमस्ते करता है, पैर छू के चला जाता है, लेकिन ये तो normal लोग हैं. Because otherwise, if you only watch TV and especially news, these are some, I don't know, like cannibals. They feel like these are some aliens who
It's
are
a different
out to eat my
dimension.
son.
They think we are in some other.
अलग ही दुनिया है,
We're
वहाँ
not
खाना पीना अलग
human
है.
now, and हम कुछ और खाते हैं और कुछ और तरीके से रहते हैं और कुछ और. Just थोड़ा ज़्यादा एक्सरसाइज कर लेते हैं, थोड़ा बैलेंस फूड खा लेते हैं, बस उतना ही है. उससे और सारी वही स्ट्रगल्स हैं, वही चीज़ें चल रही हैं हमारे साथ भी. And it's all going, and we have to keep working out, going to different people, those who can help you. Yeah.
Okay.
I can't believe I'm still in the queue. I've been refreshing for ages.
They're almost sold out. We won't get any.
Karishma, how are you so calm? We are in ticket chaos over here.
Oh, I already have my ticket sorted. Living it up isn't just a goal, it's my way of life. And the HSBC Live Plus credit card helps me do just that. I mean, imagine getting early access to concerts, and every time I swipe, I earn unlimited cash back. But here's the thing. It's not just about the perks. It's about simplifying life, celebrating the small wins, and elevating every moment to its fullest potential. From a night out to everyday essentials, the Live Plus credit card makes every moment an experience. Dr. Jayashree, so much has been said. Like they were just talking about how there's a certain way to present yourself, and you help people look their best. But do you feel like there's a little bit of a tug of war because there's so much said about inner beauty, focus on how you feel on the inside, but then people look in the mirror and they're like, no, I don't like it. So how do you deal with those conflicting emotions?
So, I mean, first of all, hello everybody, good afternoon. This is a constant, and I think now in the last, say, 4 or 5 years, it's become more evident and people are coming out and saying that we do want to be better versions of ourselves. Although there is so much everywhere about, as you rightly said, you have to look good on the inside to be looking good on the outside. And that's the truth, right? But there has to be a balance between the two. You can't just look good on the inside because people on the outside do not know what your inside is like till they actually meet you for a couple of times, right? So it's always the first impression. Even a child is tuned in such a way, scientifically, that when he sees something more colorful or something more prettier, he or she will aim at that first. So we're conditioned that way. And so it's very important to have good skin, to wake up in the morning, look into the mirror and feel confident about yourself. When I say that, I don't mean change yourself, you need to have these kind of features, a sharp nose or thick lips or this or that, the other. No, just be radiant versions of yourself on the outside. And then you will automatically, work towards the inside as well. And it works the other way too. Skincare is holistic. And so when we say skincare and beauty, we say mind, body, soul, and gut.
Yeah.
Right? It's all together. It's a synergy. And so we say you need to eat well. You need to eat healthy. You need to sleep well. Your sleep cycle has to follow the circadian rhythm. You can't be sleeping at erratic hours because you want your hormones to set straight. You need to make sure you sort of at least try and make an effort to cut out all the aggressors like nicotine and alcohol and as much as possible. And what is really, really important is exercise. So that's, it's all about, good hormones. It's all about, as Yas said, your stress levels go down the moment you're exercising or dancing or doing some form of Zumba or some form of whatever it is, acting or whatever it takes to make you happy. Your stress goes down. When your stress goes down, your cortisol hormone goes down, and all the bad hormones go down. Automatically, your skin improves. Because the moment your stress level is high, we all have stress, we have to learn how to cope with it. So the moment it's high, your acne increases, you have hyperpigmentation, you have hair fall, you have, eczemas are exacerbating, everything's happening. So again, that is why we need to learn how to control or at least deal with our stress. Develop a hobby, some form of journaling. Back in the day, everybody used to say meditate. Of course, meditate, but it's not that easy. So you can do other things, right? And of course, breathing. Breathing really helps. Then comes skincare. Yeah. So diet, sleep, exercise, dealing with stress, and then a good skincare does not have to be a 10-step skincare ritual. Yeah. Does not have to. It can be as basic as cleanse your face, use a moisturizer, use a sunscreen, and that's it. Yeah. And in the evening, however tired you guys are also, You must remove your makeup. Yeah. Remove your makeup. That's the basic that you will do. And then maybe you can moisturize not just your face, but your entire body. Because as we age, over 25, you're actually losing 1% collagen, and your skin is also getting drier every year. And so we need to moisturize not just the face, but the entire body. So this is the basic routine that one has to follow. And then if you have issues like, acne or whatever, you've tried your stuff. These days, there are a lot of tools. I would definitely say, ek visit to dermat ka banta hai, to understand your skin. Once you know your skin type, then you can use your products. You can select your products. Don't layer too many things. If you have acne, you use some salicylic. If you have hyperpigmentation, use something. I've seen kids come with bags of AHA, BHA, vitamin C, hyaluronic acid, alpha-butynin, and I'm like, I don't use so many things. I have some FOMO at that time. Then I have to tell them that, listen, you do not need all these things, right? Just about 2-3 things which are important for you. Having said that, skin is the largest organ of the body, and you need to take care of it. And once you do that, automatically there will be that radiance and that sheen, and you will feel confident. So that's the whole and soul of it.
I love how this conversation connects wellness across all layers of life, from what we eat to how we care for ourselves. And my HSBC Live Plus credit card makes it even better by rewarding me with 10% cash back, a little extra motivation to keep nourishing myself the right way. So what is mindset? How would you guys define mindset? And I'll leave this open for everybody to answer. And how important is mindset in one's success story?
I think success is subjective, according to me. Different people can define success for themselves. So I'm saying that to avoid saying that what I'm going to say is about being successful, because that's different for everyone. But what I do realize, and I do try to propagate in my friends, is that the quality of our life is very, very, very connected, if not directly connected to the attitude you have towards life, towards the events of your life, towards the people in your life, towards yourself, towards your own dreams, disappointments, feelings, emotions. It's the attitude that defines. So which kind of pushes me to choose a better attitude every time I catch myself catching the wrong attitude towards something.
What about you guys?
I feel like you always say have a good attitude, have a positive attitude, and sometimes it's so easy to say that, but so difficult to implement that in your life. And for me personally, it comes with organization. Okay, organizing my life, knowing the things that are important, which is the right nutrition, eating foods that make me feel alive rather than packaged foods or, dead food or junk food. And of course, once in a while, everyone does that. But if people do that on a constant basis, I think it kind of does something inside. You feel kind of deadened inside. So for me, when I look at food, the food should be alive, that when you eat it, you feel good. And it doesn't make you want to just go to sleep and rest.
Yeah.
The second is, of course, exercise plays a really, really important role, because when you exercise, you release hormones that are your feel-good hormones, your endorphins. Like I said earlier, when people come in a bad mood, they work out, they go back feeling better, so that helps you. And I think for me personally, what's worked is I've had some very, very bad moments in my life, and they've been tragic, some of them, and it's the learning you get from that. Of course, at that moment, nothing else in the world matters, you feel, and you need to allow yourself to go through them. It's not easy when it's a bad moment to say, I have a positive attitude. You might have one, but you feel, and it's okay to feel. It's all right to feel sad. It's all right to feel angry. It's all right to feel like it's the end of the world, but you know that there's a light somewhere. And I always believe that if God brings you to it, He will take you through it.
But so much of this is also related to overthinking, right? Your mind keeps thinking non-stop about something when the event is happening. How do you have a way to stop that, that constant chain of thought?
I feel the mind is always overthinking when you're not specifically doing something.
Like an idle
Specific.
mind.
Yeah, specifically doing matlab there is a task which you specifically do, not randomly. Like you really focus on drinking this liquid. You really focus on. Then the mind is not wandering and it's not out there in these thoughts. So my focus is most of the time, and that's what I ask my actors also. Whenever you are in the specific doing, you are not judging the situation, the other person, or yourself. Like if I'm specifically listening to you, like listen to your also and silences also and listen to what she's saying, then my mind is not wandering.
Yeah.
Right? Then I'm not thinking, what should I say? Where should I be? Am I going to say it right? Let's see what is going to come out. But then I'm really here, and that makes me more productive. And also, then I'm not worried. Then I'm not judging. Then I'm not. So whenever, like for example, if I've come here and I am really judging myself, oh, I'm late, I'm this, I'm that, and all this thing, then I'm really get into, okay, just be here fully and really listen to everyone, every word, how they're saying, what they're saying, not what they're saying, how they're saying it, what they're doing and how they're doing, and I'm really focusing on that, and suddenly I'm in here fully. And that's it. So the doing becomes the being. And I feel lighter. I feel okay. And like she said, emotions are emotions, and you have to feel the emotions. And especially actors and any human being. It's okay to be vulnerable. It's okay to be emotional. The problem I see when the emotion is dragged for months.
Yeah.
Like you can feel any emotion. We are emotional being, right? And I think on this planet, सबसे ज़्यादा emotion हम ही feel करते हैं. So why we have to say no? These are not good emotion. These are bad emotion. I should feel. We should not make those rules. I should feel all the emotion, but am I dragging one emotion? Like in acting, if you're peaceful for a long time in your life, that's also a problem. Like that's a problem that you're not you're not a feeler, right? You've numbed yourself. So we say feel everything, feel every emotion.
So much of what you said is actually it's spirituality, right? The term is like being now, or just be here and be aware and be present.
No, it's in acting
the
also.
power of
We
being-
acting also. We keep saying, be here and now. You really listen. You don't pretend to listen. A lot of great actors like Robert De Niro, just listen. Just listen. Itna आसान नहीं है ना. I have to really listen to the buzz of this room, and what we're talking, and how we're breathing, and all the silences between that. I'm really listening. So it's nothing to being spiritual. It's to live fully.
Yeah.
Like live. Take out the juice of this moment. Really be in here. So
Because the mind is constantly thinking, and then we all run organizations. Yeah, as me, we have people like 30 people working under us. That's what we tell them, that it's important to be present now, that paying attention, because then the mind is otherwise thinking, oh, I've got this other thing to do, I've got that thing to do, I've got this thing to do. Meanwhile, you're not listening. And so you've missed out on a lot of things. And so I have this habit. She writes, she has a thing of, she's remarkable with her. I have a notebook.
Yeah, I even have a remarkable.
So I have a notebook. So I've got to get the remarkable, but I've got the notebook. So the moment I think that, okay, like for a simple thing that, okay, I'm traveling, I'm flying to the US tonight. And last night I've thought, okay, I need to keep this, and I'll do it tomorrow. It doesn't happen. I'll forget that. So I just write down 2-3 things that I need to pack, and these are very important for me. And that's the power of now and the power of attention. And the other thing that is very important with the mindset, I completely agree with what you guys have said.
Thank you.
But you're welcome. You're welcome. but also constantly seeking validation from others is something that we have to stop. There are a lot of people who constantly want, the mindset is such that if I do this, will this person be happy? If I do this, will I get this? If I do this, or a simple thing like, am I going to get more likes on Instagram? So that constant validation, I see a lot of it in the clinic because they always want to come and do this for me, or my nose should look like this, or my lip should look like Angelina, or my this, because then this person will like me. Look good for yourself to yourself.
Yeah.
And that is what, the mindset is all about, other than, and of course, the discipline comes in, the power of now comes in.
So let's talk about organizing, right? Like let's organize.
Or
पकड़ लिया है.
Yeah, because now it's like, okay, so now how do you organize? Like, you said something like you organize the gut,
Yes, wardrobe.
and that's good, right? And then you organize your mind. So we'll start with the gut, or we'll start with food, like basic things about food that the people get wrong. Can you guys tell me one or two things that you do or don't
I
do?
was always good organizing my time with my work, with my acting exercises, with completing with people, right? Really don't take away or kuch agar incompletion है, so I do that. But with my gut, I was always had a struggle. और मैं कुछ भी खाता.
Define kuch bhi.
कुछ भी मतलब कुछ भी.
Like anything.
Yeah, anything. Right. I used to eat and और 1-1.5 साल पहले भी I had काफी वेट था मेरा और मैं स्ट्रगल कर रहा था अपनी हेल्थ से और मुझे लगता था this is good. I'm living a good life. It's not a problem. मेरी लाइफ सही चल रही है. But then it started showing up, right? और जब वो मेरे को दिखने लगा तो मेरे माइंडसेट पे कैसे इफेक्ट करने लगा क्योंकि मैं जो भी लिख रहा हूँ कि मेरे को ये करना है मैं वो कर तो नहीं पा रहा हूँ. I'm not able to stand for people. When I say I am going to stand for my student, I'm not able to stand because I am in my head fixing my health. It's not working. It's not working. It's not working. और ऊपर मैंने फेस ऐसे रखा है. Oh, so I'm a good teacher. I'm pushing myself. I'm doing all the things, but I'm not relaxed. You understand? So this realization immediately shifted something that if you say you want to stand for something, your education, your acting, your students, your family, then you have to take care of yourself. And gut is very, very important. You can't just keep meditating and gut is not working. Right? You can't keep taking a lot of education and read a lot of books, but gut is not working.
Yeah.
Right? So मेरे लिए तो पिछले 1.5 year, 2 years से I've really taken care of it. Really. It was very bad.
So what are one or two things that you did, right? Like just simple changes that you made.
I reached out to a good dietitian.
Okay.
डाइट मैंने करवाया क्योंकि मेरे को पता था कि मैं तो इसमें चैंपियन हूँ नहीं और मुझे कुछ पता नहीं है इसके बारे में बस अपना ही दिमाग लगाया जा रहा हूँ राइट कभी ये खा लेता हूँ थोड़ा ये कम कर लेता हूँ थोड़ा बट मुझे पता ही नहीं था कि व्हाट काइंड ऑफ मेरा ब्लड कैसा है मेरा बॉडी टाइप क्या है आई हैव नो आइडिया एंड आई रीच्ड आउट टू द राइट पीपल as I reach out for my mental health to the right people. I have my coaches. Similarly, I have my people who can work on my gut. And I have changed few people. पहले से मेरा काम नहीं हुआ, फिर दूसरे से काम नहीं हुआ, फिर तीसरे से काम नहीं. I'm just changing around and working. कि नहीं हो रहा है तो नहीं हो रहा है. It's not about that person is not good or.
Yeah.
It's just maybe he or she is not able to work on my body and understand my body. It's fine. And then I was reaching out, immediately changing. If it's not working, I can't take time. Within a month or 2, I was taking a next person. And then, now it's working. It's working well. And अब मुझे खुद भी समझ आने लगा कि, oh, मैंने इतना quantity ज़्यादा खाया है, this will show up now. Something will happen. Because I'm very sensitive on that. So yeah, you have to, that's what me, working from many years working on my mind, my acting exercises, my being an actor, but never worked on my And I've started gymming again, doing my exercises regularly for many years. So that has really brought me. Now it looks like together, part of whole. पहले से लगता है ये अलग है, ये अलग चल रहा है, ये अलग चल रहा है. So organizing that, right?
So
What
I
about
think
you?
from what he said about, changing nutritionist till he found someone, with every part, it's like a relationship you have, right? With your nutritionist, with your fitness instructor, with your dermat. They understand you. Like Jayashree said, you have to listen. The same way the nutritionist can't just give you a food plan and say, it's my way or the highway. They have to listen because sometimes it might not work. It might have worked for 100 people before, and you might be that 101 person who doesn't work for. And if you have somebody who listens to you, it's like a relationship between a man and a woman, a friend and a friend. It's listening and then making those changes according to that to make that relationship work. For me, for the gut, it's really important, like I said earlier, to eat foods that, are fresh, that are not packaged, that are not dead. I used to be in college like one of the worst eaters. I would eat vada pavs
She used
and
to eat vada pav every day.
2 or 3. I went to Xavier's, and outside Xavier's you got the best vada pav, and across it was that metro. There was a restaurant, and I used to have club sandwiches. So my life was only junk food or pizzas at Sea Rock in those days. And even after I became a fitness instructor, I would work out, but I wasn't careful about my food. And then I realized the importance of both because people started asking questions on what should we eat, what should we not eat. And earlier I used to say, I'm not a nutritionist, so go join. And then the responsibility with what you're doing comes in. So when someone's asking you, when they've entrusted their body to you, physically, then it's important for you to have some information to give them about the kind of foods that they need to eat.
You can't dissect the two. You can't be like,
You
I
can't
don't
like,
know.
yeah, exactly. So that's when I started reading about it, learning about food, and, realized that the portion control is really important. Like, what he said earlier, I know exactly how much I need to eat. Or when he said, if I eat a little too much, it shows up.
Yeah.
So it's really important to know your body and stop being on a seafood diet. You don't need to eat everything you see.
Yeah.
You need to figure out.
Oh, that's within reach. Just work it chill.
Like on a buffet, when
Yeah.
people go and eat at a buffet, they eat everything.
Yeah.
But they don't realize that when we're planning a buffet, if it was my party, I'm planning a buffet for the vegetarians, I'm planning paneer, aloo, sabzi. Maybe somebody doesn't eat paneer, so I have to make sure there are 2 other dishes in vegetarian. If for the non-vegetarians, it's chicken, mutton, fish, because people might not eat something. So we're planning according to different variety of people. That doesn't mean that as a person you eat all the varieties.
Yeah.
So like, that's my thing,
Yeah.
that find the food, and all of us from trial and error know what food work for us and what doesn't. Like right now everybody is gluten free and dairy free, but there are some people for whom gluten works or dairy work, and that's okay. It's not a label. It's not a label to be this or that. It's try it out on your body. Your gut will tell you. It's your second brain. So your brain tells you a lot of things, and so will your gut. It will tell you, okay, this food's not working, I have diarrhea, or this food's not working, I have acidity, or I'm going to vomit. And you know how to eliminate. It's just a process of listening. And when you can't listen, then definitely seek help of a professional who can listen for you. Do your blood tests, read them. A lot of times my clients will do blood tests and they'll come and give it to me, and I say, that's where I draw the line.
Like, I don't know.
I'm not a doctor. I'm not certified, and I don't want to be,
Yeah. Okay.
So I think your gut speaks to you. You just have to listen and know what to do.
There's just no way I'm surviving this day without food. A busy day calls for good food. And my HSBC Live Plus credit card makes it even better because I get 10% cash back on every food order. Yeah.
What is one thing that is universally common is to avoid sugar as far as possible from your diet.
Poison.
So yes, because and when we say sugar, we say cane sugar, jaggery, too much honey as well. So you can
Dates.
have something in moderation, but
What about monk
you
fruit
know,
sugar?
so that's a big debatable thing right now. A whole lot of people say that it's okay to have monk fruit. It is not increasing the IGF-1 or causing glycation in the body. So it's probably all right, but we still need some more data on that.
But the monk fruit that's available in India, learn to read labels.
Oh, yes.
obviously.
Because
have to
they
read
have
the
a
label.
percentage of monk fruit and then they have sucralose.
Got it.
So you have to learn to read
Read the-
labels. It says monk fruit because that's how they're selling it. But if you have to get pure.
Oh yes, you have to
monk
get
fruit.
pure monk fruit. So sugar will cause glycation, which is a process of aging in all the cells of the body, not just the skin. So that's one thing. The other thing is it increases something called a hormone called IGF-1, which also causes a lot of inflammation in the skin, gives you acne, eczemas in the body, in the gut. So that is one thing. The other thing is have some superfoods. So everything which is brightly naturally colored, you know.
Give me an example.
It could be berries, it could be avla, it could be tomatoes, carrots, you know, all the greens, right? And of course, those who have access to all the berries, blueberries, raspberries, if you have access, strawberries, these are very rich in antioxidants. And our body needs that because we are constantly, you know, we are subject to the free radicals or so-called toxins which are being built in our body. So those are superfoods. Pumpkin seeds, flax seeds, chia seeds, soaked chia seeds. These are health foods. These are superfoods. May work for some, may work. Flax seeds don't work for me. So you've got to identify what is working for you, what is not, and have a bit of that. And then have the good fats. It's not like, oh, fat is completely bad. Our body needs a little bit of good fat too. I have a teaspoon of ghee every day. That's,
Which is totally
you
fine.
know, which is fine. So I think we need to identify these superfoods. We need to stay away from the sugars, and then understand what your body needs. Bloating is a very big sign, by the way. I mean,
Yeah.
you said diarrhea and vomiting and all of that, but even bloating, irritable bowel syndrome. So these are other symptoms where you get to know that okay, we're not good. Your skin talks about your gut.
Yeah.
You lose hair if you have not had adequate proteins and vitamins. You get acne if you are having too much of sugar, or so your skin is constantly talking to you if your gut is not healthy.
Yeah.
So that's another thing.
These moments of realignment, they remind me that self-care doesn't always have to be grand. Even small joys like ordering comfort food or taking a solo day off, they can just help you reset. And with my HSBC Live Plus credit card, I get 10% cash back on food delivery. So even those little indulgences, they feel great for both my body and my soul. Open it up to some questions and take them from the audience if anybody has any.
Be kind.
Yeah.
You ask.
Oh, okay. So in your career, you made a lot of negative roles.
I'm not spiritual. See?
Where is your soul?
Where is my soul?
Where is
Your
your
acting is like super real.
Sorry?
Your acting is like super real. It feels very
yeah.
realistic.
Yeah.
So, and some people have, like kind of make a perception of the actor / actress on the basis of the role that they have played in the film. So, do you have any experiences where somebody has been mean or said something rude to you? And then, if yes, then how did you tackle it?
I will enjoy that if they do that because they're really liking my work. And I don't see characters as negative or positive. I see as humans and they have some flaw. Robert McKay, there is this book called Story. He says every person takes two choices whenever they're doing something, right? There are two choices available, but we take the better one, always. Everyone. And if you have two worse choices, you will take jo usme se kam wo se, right? Similarly, the person who's doing the act which seems negative have two choices. One is the worst. So I decide what is that verse for that character so that I can play this fully. Then I empathize and then I really reach to it. Otherwise, I'm going to be playing the character objectively. You understand? Then it's going to be there and I'm going to be here. And then my values, which happened in Jane Jaan. I was working in my studio with two of the coaches, female coaches, and I was struggling. And then I went to Darjeeling to shoot that. And then when I was calling one of my students, she's a brilliant actress, and she says, go for it fully and understand what is the character coming, where is the character coming from. मेरे को लग रहा था मैं उसको कुछ इस तरीके से बना दूं कि वो लवर लगे पीछे, but director wanted him to be very nasty, very there, तो मेरे लिए बहुत difficult हो रहा था. So sometimes those things can come up and then you have to find why is this happening. Then I struggle with those choices कि इससे बेकार choice क्या होगी जो ये, and if I get it, then I go for it. So that's the game. So that was your question? No, people judge.
People coming and saying.
I have no problem. और अभी मैंने क्या शुरू किया है एक और चीज कि अगर मुझे negative character मिलेगा तो I'm not going to say negative. I will see what is in him which is common in people. So I will try to bring that aspect of the character so that everyone feels that's me. That's something about me. You get it? It's a little tricky what I'm saying. Like we all have something which we want to work on, right? So if I find that from the character, right, which I tried in Dhadak 2, in a way, so you have to feel that, no, I don't want to see this because it's somewhere me. So if I can reach to that and tap that, then I found a bigger monster which is in the society. I don't know, I'm making sense. Maybe I've started loving those negative characters. No, I have no problem, but definitely I'm doing a lot of other characters now. My upcoming, you will see. Yeah. And are you judging me because I don't know? Thank you.
Any other questions?
Right, so we've had a lot of impactful conversations, but I just had a question, right? I resonate with the Gen Z, typically belong to them. You all have had varied experiences in life, but if you all were to put yourselves in our feet today, what is that one thing that you would really stick to with mind and
What is that one thing?
that you would really stick to with in terms of mind and body? If you were to put yourselves in our feet today.
Focusing inwards. Focus on yourself, me, myself. It's okay to be that 1% selfish and focus on yourself. So that takes away a lot of the things that are happening around you and gives you a perspective.
I would say discipline. I feel like the Gen Zs, I have two sons who are Gen Zs. So I feel like the Gen Zs are all over the place. And the Gen Zs think that they know everything better than everyone else, right? And before you can even say it, they have the answer for it. When they're saying something and you interrupt them, they don't like to be interrupted because they know better than you. So I feel like it's discipline, and it's owning the discipline. It's making those, organized protocols for yourself and sticking to them. And when you don't follow them, being able to say, okay, I didn't, instead of making then excuses of why something else was more important.
I also sometimes feel, that the Gen Z or the younger ones, and most of my experience is from social media, so I might be wrong, but I sometimes feel like there is a lot of, you guys are chasing perfection a little too much in everything, in yourself, in your friendships, in your relationships, from your parents, from the world, from the systems, and which is a good thing. Expecting is a good thing, but then I believe the world is an imperfect place. People are imperfect. Allow yourself to be imperfect. Allow other people also to be imperfect. Of course, do raise your voice if something is wrong, and which you guys already do. But मुझे लगता है कि because you're expecting everything from people, there is a lot of pressure on yourself. कि, if anything is not in place, there's something wrong with me. Like, and there is a constant, and then therefore labeling it. That this is the problem, this, and there are labels for everything, this red flag, green flag, this thing, that thing. You know what I mean? But ऐसा होता है, और कुछ चीजें are fine, and it is a way of accepting that you, as a part of this larger world, are all well-meaning, and therefore don't crackle under the pressure कि ये दोस्ती मेरी perfect नहीं है, और ये मेरा relationship perfect नहीं है, और मेरे parents भी perfect नहीं है, और मेरी job भी perfect नहीं है, और मेरी skin भी perfect नहीं है, और मेरा gut भी perfect नहीं है. This everything is just like जब तक सब कुछ perfect नहीं है, there is something wrong with my life. And no human has ever lived a perfect life, ever, in the million years that humans have been around.
Except on social media.
Except on social media, maybe, which is just which is projection.
Make-believe.
So they might be projecting, but I don't think any human being ever born on this planet has ever lived every moment perfectly. कि खुशी खुश हो कुछ हुआ ही नहीं.
To add to that, the great poet Sri Harivansh Rai Bachchan ji said that मन का हो तो अच्छा, ना हो तो और भी अच्छा. So live by that.
I take it from here. Hi everyone. It's wonderful to be part of this podcast and listening to each one's point of view. So the question is for the two beautiful ladies. So I'm also Gen Z's mother, okay, and very offended. I just entered in my 40s. So I would like to know if you can give a piece of advice for because we are neither very young now, neither very old, So some life lessons that you could give from your experience to ladies those who just enter into 40s. I think that would be something that we really want to take from here today.
It's the best time of your life. It's the best time of your life because your kids are grown up, they're Gen Z, so they're definitely in their 20s. And
If you
now
have kids.
is the time. She said she has
Acha, okay.
a Gen Z.
Yeah, you have?
Oh,
Oh,
Gen Z.
hello, I'm a Gen
Now
Z.
is the time to focus on yourself. Because if you're in your 40s, then all your life till now, you've been focusing on your kids, their education, getting them to school, your husband, your in-laws if you have them, your parents, and somewhere along the line, the focus goes from yourself.
You've forgotten yourself.
So in your 40s, it's like a rebirth. When I entered my 40s a decade back, I felt like life was now open to do whatever I wanted. I didn't have to teach anyone. I didn't have to look after my husband. We'd been married many years. He could look after himself. My in-laws couldn't do anything to me because they were stuck with me. And it was time to focus. And as we age, metabolically, women's bodies go through a lot of hormonal changes. There's a lot of, unwanted emotions that creep up, insecurity. You start losing a lot more bone density and muscle. So focusing on working out, on your nutrition, on adding protein to your diet, on just being happy and just having the attitude that अभी सब जी लेंगे. मैंने अपना काम कर दिया. अब तुम करो.
Self-love at this point of time.
It's the self-love that needs to come in, which I think is very important.
She must be feeling very...
She's like, "Mummy,
She must be
कैसी
feeling
बन-"
मेरा भी number आएगा. ऐसे. I don't really have much to add because this is the time when, it's time, it's your time. It's your time. It's the time when you will bloom, you will flourish, you will look at yourself, you will, as we said, self-love is so important. Skincare is very important. This is the time when also what happens is we are now heading towards perimenopause. We as in you, I have already menopause. Right? So all these hormonal changes that Yas talked about will have an effect on your skin, on your hair. So as a dermatologist, I'll say focus on that as well. So this is the time when you need to eat healthy. You need to nourish your body a little more, your skin a little more. Your moisturizing is very important. Your sunscreen is important. Add a little retinol to your night routine, maybe twice a week, And some me time is so important, right?
Awesome. There's a question there.
Hi.
gentlemen this time. Ladies हो गया भाई.
इतना तो
इतना
बोलना
बोल दिया
है,
तब से।
question
Too,
क्या?
बहुत
too
तब
gentle.
से।
आप सब अपना you're free to choose.
Okay.
Okay, so I wanted to ask something like, she talked about exercise, you talked about gut health, you talked about organization skills, and you talked about and you spoke about the skin. Well, everything starts with awareness. So from awareness to action, there's a huge hollow gap. And to kind of come from this mountain to this mountain, there's a deep valley to kind of cross. It's not easy. You are being aware is one thing, and getting into that
Mode.
mode and getting yourself there and start the action. It's kind of not everybody's cup of tea, and it doesn't happen. Like, I become aware, I want to focus on my health, I want to focus on this, but the action never comes. So is there any trick or is there any kind of thing which you can kind of suggest from awareness?
He wants to start. Let him
He's
start.
still searching for his soul.
That answer, हाँ इस answer में मिल जाएगा. No, I have people around me who are accountable about my action. I write down I'm aware that this is not working and I'm not, मेरे को समझ आ गया, but मुझे action लेने हैं. Now I need people who can be accountable for my action. जब मैं डिज़ाइन करता हूँ तो मेरे को कोई बाहर से बोलना चाहिए. Now this is your job. And these और कई बार मैं वो टाइप कर देता हूँ और लोगों के पास मेल कर देता हूँ कि this is what I'm going to do. मैसेज कर देता हूँ. Ordinary, the people who I know, मतलब that means my coaches, my team member, they really are very and I'm accountable to them. क्योंकि हम दूसरों के लिए बड़े सही होते हैं ना एक्शन लेने के लिए. आप एक्शन लो, चलो एक्शन लो, we can kick them. But मेरे को भी कोई accountable रखे. So I have created that system for myself, and that is how I am taking action every time. I'm very नहीं तो ये बात सही है कि अवेयरनेस के बाद एक्शन के बीच में तो बहुत बड़ा गैप है. It's a big gap to know first.
Mindset comes
Yeah, awareness is the first step to know yourself. Which is good. I reach out to actors nowadays and some celebrities also. They can talk about what they are not doing, but to now do becomes such a challenge. And that is what my job is, to really put them on the edge. And मैं छोटे-छोटे एक्शन उनके डिजाइन करता हूँ और मैं उनसे रोज फोन करके मैसेज करके I just keep them and I tell them कि be coachable and then it's going to work. And the action starts with the smaller to bigger to bigger to bigger, and suddenly there is a different.
But so as you said, ordinary people, you meant we can't reach out to many coaches. Maybe have a best friend. Speak to your best friend. Speak to your friend, and both of you check on each other. Have we done this? Have I done this? Have you done this today? Have you done this today? So the first step is awareness. The second step is
Friend, not like
having
yourself, right? You're sleeping, she's also sleeping.
a mindset, and then no, because you want to do something.
Yeah.
So if you have to want to do something. Just awareness is not enough. Once you have made up your mind, that mindset has come into the picture, then you have somebody check on you. If you think you can't do it.
So in a nutshell,
No, please.
So in a nutshell, your first step, like both of them said, is awareness, right? And what he said is take then little steps, make small goals, make little goals. And then when you get through that goal, then go to the next one. You said point A to point B, right? But to reach there, there are lots of hurdles that you have to cross. And you can't suddenly, like he said, he gave up smoking, he gave up this, he gave up that. You did everything, but slowly it creeps back into your life. So do one task at a time. Organize one part of your life. Or use his example of the chart, where you make the chart of what you want and then keep yourself accountable by every day marking it till your brain gets wired to become like that. Have a best friend or a child or a husband or a boyfriend or whoever you have, and start that task together, because when you have two people, it always works together. When you go out to eat, you make the right choices, because you're kind of, if you feel lazy one day to work out, the other person calls you, no, come on, at least let's go for a walk. So you have company if you can't do it alone. And if you can, then the chart and the organization is a great way to wire your mind to do the right thing.
From last many years, I was not exercising. But in my young age, I used to exercise a lot. I was a sportsman, I was a player, and then I stopped. And now the problem is कि मैं gym जाके exercise क्या करूँ वो मुझे पता है. पर मैं जाऊँ कैसे? That's the problem, right? That is why my coach is there. वो सिर्फ मुझे लेके जाने का काम करता है. Every day. And showing up was the difficult thing, not what to do inside the gym. So मेरे कोचेस जो है, मेरे जो डाइटिशियन है, वो मुझे बस उठा के रोज कह रहे हैं कि do it. Actually do it. Don't just wait. And they're taking my accountability. And that is shifting my game. Right? तो मुझे वो पहुंचा देता है, वहां पर जाके मैं पूरा फोकस हो जाता हूँ. पर अगर जिस दिन वो नहीं है और वो अपने होम टाउन चला गया, I go back to my it creeps in बहुत ही कमाल तरीके से the mind because we are lazy being most of us. Very few are very motivated and self-motivated and they keep doing it. Very few are. I've seen very few of them. मैं तो नहीं हूँ. हाँ, मुझे तो लोग चाहिए जो मुझे कहें get up. Yeah. So
Yeah, no, I was saying कि हाँ, lot of this is the first line of thinking maybe कि हाँ लोग हैं जहाँ आपको accountable जो आपको करवाएंगे, they will make you cross that bridge of willpower, if I may say. I think willpower is that gap between awareness and action कि समझ में आ गया लेकिन I'm not able to will myself to do this. And this is the first hack is to have people. There will be times in life when maybe you can't afford people or you don't have people available, they are busy in their own lives. और मेरे थोड़े सा I've lived my life in a very self-reliant way, तो मेरे hacks वो वाले हैं. And for me, a mental hack that has worked, if you don't have that option of having other people, is that we are constantly talking to ourselves, right? I don't know, like I am talking to myself all the time. Everybody is kind of talking to themselves all the time. I've tried to change the nature of how I talk to myself. And the hack I gave myself is, like Sir said, कि हम दूसरों को लेके बहुत अच्छे होते हैं. Especially with loved ones. If you really love somebody, like your partner or your parents or your child, you know what advice you will give them if they were in this situation. If right now your child was like, मम्मी समझ नहीं आ रहा मैं जिम जाऊँ कि नहीं जाऊँ, या पापा बोल रहे कि वॉक पे जाऊँ कि नहीं जाऊँ, what will you tell them? जाओ ना यार, it will be nice for you. If I can make myself talk to myself like this, like when I am stuck in a moment, I talk to myself, अरे जाना यार, it will be nice for you. And that for me has also defined self-love. Like this is how I love other people. Why can't I love myself in this manner? Because this is how I show love, by caring for them, by making them choose the right thing. अरे मत पियो ना यार सिगरेट, इतना मन नहीं कर रहा है तो, right? Or don't have this coffee ना if it's going to keep you up at night. This is how I speak to my loved ones. But we just fail to speak to ourselves like that. It's very. And also because I live alone, I like that self-reliance. It's just like how I've grown up, I think, and I think of myself. तो मैं थोड़ा try करता हूँ कि मैं किसी पे depend ना करूँ जितना कम हो सके. But I know that is better. And like I said, which is why I also put that social health into my chart, because I realized that also is a healthy part of life for me to have a sense of community and have relationships. But yes, there will be times, हर moment में हर कोई नहीं रहेगा ना, छोटे छोटे choices भी, रात को सोने से पहले ब्रश करूँ कि नहीं करूँ, मेकअप उतारूँ कि नहीं उतारूँ, right? There is always some कि यार सो जाता हूँ ना, एक ही तो रात की बात है, क्या है, ज़्यादा मेकअप भी नहीं है, कल धो लूँगा एक में. But just I imagine कि अगर मेरे सामने if a loved one was here in this predicament, तो मैं क्या बोलता कि ठीक है 2 मिनट लगेंगे यार, साफ ही तो करना है, फिर अच्छा लगेगा, right? फिर मजा आएगा, अच्छा लगेगा, skin will be better, you will be happy later tomorrow morning, right? If I can tell myself and convince myself कि हाँ यार अच्छा लगेगा, 2 मिनट की बात है, just get up from the bed, go to the washroom, just about 2 minutes. That's still doesn't, it's not 100% foolproof. उसमें भी हो जाता है कि नहीं हो पाता है,
छोड़ना ये भी अपने आप को समझा रहा है, सो जा
क्या नहीं हो रहा है, आज नहीं हो पाएगा. But even then I'm kinder to myself कि आज नहीं हुआ. If a loved one wasn't able to do it, उस पे भी तो आप kind ही होते ना कि चल ठीक है, अब ज़्यादा अब इस पे रोते मत रहना कि यार मैंने कॉफ़ी पी ली, Peli to peli. So I don't know, like that attitude has worked for me. This point of view has worked for me. Like, can I talk to myself how I speak to a loved one, and that could also mean that I'm actually loving myself without using the quotes on. कि आपने Instagram पे डाल देते हैं हम self love.
So Instagram
But-
is a pain point.
Yeah, I mean it is. Because I've also delineated it from my sense of truth. Like
Yeah.
when I tell myself कि Instagram is a make believe world.
Yeah, छोड़ो.
Right? हाँ, तो उस पे उतना don't get affected by it in a good or a bad way.
Yeah.
So too much.
To truly live it up, investing in yourself is so essential. From nourishing your body to managing your finances. Every time I use the HSBC Live Plus credit card, I get 1.5% unlimited cash back. And this is on every swipe. So let's talk a little bit about the best investments for ourselves. We created a poll online to ask questions for you guys. And people sent in a lot of interesting questions. So we'll take 2 and we'll wrap. Okay. So the first question is, one daily ritual you'll never skip, no matter how busy life gets. So everybody has to just say one thing.
I will go to studio every day.
Yeah, I may skip. But like, never बोलने में मुझे बहुत ऐसा problem होता है. Never. This eating thing I've been trying to do. At least not missing a meal. And as much as possible, because when you're traveling, you're shooting, नहीं हो पाता है. But just as much as possible, just eat what you're supposed to eat at the time you're supposed to eat.
What about you?
Workout.
Yeah, okay. You can all answer that.
Yeah.
I would have definitely said sunscreen
Yeah.
because that's what I always say. But I think now it's one act of kindness every day.
One simple joy that always brings you back to yourself.
Back to myself. पता नहीं
My kids.
इतना नहीं
No, I
सोचा.
have a flimsy answer also to the deep question, but I'll avoid that.
So you said my
You
kids.
said
My
kids,
kids.
patience. So when my patients come back feeling, so I have a lot of, teenagers with a lot of acne and they're battling self-esteem and all of that. And when they come back with that, clear skin and they feel confident and they're like as if I am God to them, that is like, solace and joy and true happiness. Not just acne, it could be anything. Yeah.
Yeah. I have, when I serve my actors and really serve the education, and then when they feel fully, they're very expressive and they're expressing themselves fully, then I feel that brings me to myself. Because that comes from my childhood also. I was not very expressive. I'm dyslexic, so I was not expressive. So I was struggling. When I see that expression, their unique expression, I feel.
I think for me, it's being the actor in probably either in front of the camera or on stage. आप करते हो, आप मेहनत करते हो, you try to do every day, every role in a good way. But I don't know, there are moments as a performer where something happens. And you can't plan it, you can't design it, you can only pursue it. But it doesn't happen every day. It doesn't happen in every project also maybe. You'll be lucky if you have a few in one project where everything seems to make sense. You are just connected to something. It's like that moment in Rockstar that gets memed a lot. Where Ranbir is singing and in one moment he doesn't know who he is and where he is, but everything feels right. And that happens. It's a moment of almost transcendence. One of my earlier theatre directors said कि हम लोग योगी हैं और हम लोग तपस्या में निकल जाते हैं. But there are moments. These are fleeting moments. And I think that's what made me choose this profession. Because I may have felt it the first time, second time, I may have gone on stage. I'm like, what was that? What just happened? And you just keep chasing that. And it comes when it wants to.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you all so much. It's been so lovely, and I hope that everybody had fun. We discussed a lot about mind, body.
Say yes.
And even I had fun. Thank you so much.
Thank
you.
you for
Thank
having
you.
us. Thank you for having us. Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, everyone.
As always, I hope Realign added value to your life, and if it did, please like, share, and subscribe. Every time you do that, it helps our channel grow.